Well, welcome back to Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. No YouTube videos when we were in Daytona, but we're back here at the HHH Metrodome. Haven't been here in Minnesota in 4 years, and we're looking forward to some great racing tonight. Jason Weigandt and Jim Holley going to give you the call, of course, on our webcast. But before we get to tonight's racing, let's talk about what we missed in Daytona. And certainly this year, Daytona has a major impact on the championship standings.
Well, I don't know if you missed it because I got a chance to watch the speed broadcast. It was a weekend off for us, but yeah, it was incredible. I mean, you thought at one point that, they were talking about maybe canceling the event, and at one point you thought, well, maybe they should have during that race. But like you said, Chad Reed had the thing under control, but I don't know if he would have won if he might have not got docked some points for, cutting the track, on that one part where him and Wyndham, he was off the side of the track. Wyndham passes him, and he goes down to the inside. He says, right. I don't want to even get any more wet than I already am. But, his bike ends up breaking. But, he had such a big lead. He had a minute lead over Kevin Wyndham. He lapped a lot of guys. A lot of riders had problems and went out earlier in the race. So, therefore, he was credited actually with 6th, but they gave him 7th because he did get penalized, right. Come to find out, for that part. And, that's a gray area, I mean, the rule is that if you go off of the track, you're supposed to enter where you left the track or the next closest safest spot. I mean, therefore, if you went off the track, obviously on the backside of a triple, you don't want to enter in because the guys are flying in the air, and you don't want to get in. So you can go down, maybe 15 feet and then come in. But
like Toronto last year, be careful.
yeah, Stewart and Preston. But it was a turning point. I mean, now Kevin Wyndham has it with under a race. It's 23 points. Kevin Wyndham behind Chad Reed right now. And how about Jake Marsack putting the Honda up on the box there for 3rd, his first podium of his career. And Millsap's coming away with 2nd, still chomping at the bit. You got to remember 2 weeks ago, Millsap's looked good and had that problem in Indianapolis. So to follow up with it in Daytona with a 2nd, that was a good job for him.
But let's, of course, not forget the fact that Chad Reed did have that 1-minute lead at one point. He was riding phenomenally well in the mud until the bike quit. And the last time he raced in a dome was in Indianapolis, and he really dominated there. So Reed certainly, although the results show that he doesn't have the momentum, riding-wise, he's definitely been strong in the last 2 races.
Well, I think so. And coming into this event, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. He can either have a race lead or he can even lose more points coming in here. And I know that, I had dinner last night with Chad, and, he's a little bit under the weather. He was coughing and stuff, but I'm sure that wasn't from Daytona or anything.
No, how could that be? Right.
But Chad's a warrior. He'll go out there and battle whatever it takes. I don't care if he's got 102 temperature, a separated shoulder, whatever. He's going to battle. He knows what it takes, and it'll be a good race here in Minneapolis tonight. Now,
the big question in the lights class is, can the incredible streak continue? Trey Canard still undefeated now through 3 races, all his heat races, and all 3 mains. The kid's looking pretty good.
You mentioned Trey Canard. What a great ride. Like you said, in his rookie season, he's won, all 3 main events coming into here. I got a chance to talk to Ryan Villapoto's mom and dad earlier, and by lap 4, he had no brakes. So, I mean, he was in survival mode, to finish up 2nd. That was good. But I don't know if he can string together. I think one of these races that Villapoto's going to come through, and everything's going to be aligned for him to come away with a win. But, it's Canard's championship to throw it away right now. I mean, he's got a big lead over 2nd place, and he's got an even bigger lead over Villapoto, which obviously would be his arch rival in this series. So he's just got to keep it controlled. If he can get through Minneapolis with some good points, and he goes to Dallas, Detroit, St. Louis, there's only 3 more after tonight. So it's looking good for Trey Canard.
Yeah, it's funny. Actually, I talked to last year's East Coast champion, Ben Townley, at Daytona, and I said, Canard looks good, but what do you think would happen if he gets a bad start or maybe has a mistake? Will he finally throw some points away? And Townley said, I don't think he's going to get a bad start, and I don't think he's going to make any mistakes. The kid is that good. And so far, he's proving himself. Every condition we've run, he comes up aces.
Yeah, he does, and that's the thing about it. He doesn't really get rattled. I mean, if you go back to Indianapolis when Villapoto made the pass, and then he clipped the tough block and the bike went in, he got back up, he got his composure, he got right back on his game plan and came away with a win. I don't think the water in Daytona didn't affect him. A lot of guys that can affect you, and you just go, oh, I really don't want to race tonight and stuff, and it shows. But no, he's just out there having fun, I think, and it was a good ride for him and Villapoto, and then also we had another privateer Matt Bonney on the podium there in the lights. So it just goes to show you those mud races, anything can happen. And you know, I think when it rains, I think that the privateers are happy and they're jumping for joy. And then when they get back into the dome here, they're going, oh, it's going to be hard to get in that top 10 or whatever.
Yeah, we're back to normal conditions here no matter what, because we got a roof over our heads. And good thing, because it's cold outside. That's why we're glad we're in here. And we'll be here all day, so make sure you tune into our webcast tonight, watch the rest of our videos on YouTube, and also enjoy our race recap that'll cap off this evening's festivities as we're back in Minnesota.